Hey everybody, I am getting ready to do session 2 for Shannon Green's Journaling by Fives, and session 2 is texture, and she suggests doing collaging down just whatever, So I just thought I'd show you really quick before I started what I have setting here that I'm going to use in my pages for this next session. Now that one didn't dry. I did go through this a few minutes ago, and on the pages that have the dilutions or the Adirondack color sprays, I went ahead and sprayed them with some Spectrafix, and I got this at Dick Blick's. Pretty sure that Hobby Lobby Michaels has something similar to this or the same thing. My bottle actually broke right after I got it home, so I had to put it in a different bottle. But I personally got Spectrafix because I have little kids, and I did not want to be spraying the other fixatives, workable fixatives in my house, and I knew that most of the time that I would have to be using this, I would probably be in my house. My son has a lot of allergies. I have a lot of allergies. We both have asthma, and that just wasn't a good combination for us. So I don't know if Spectrafix works as well as a regular workable fixative, but this is, for me, this is what I have to use for myself and my kids. So anyway, I'm hoping that that will keep the dilutions and the Adirondack sprays from smearing, because I am going to be collaging down my my pieces of paper, and I'm just going to use my trusty old Mod Podge because I don't have any problems with this. I don't have problems with my pages sticking. In the summer, it's extremely humid here, and sometimes they kind of tug a little bit when you try to open them up my journals that I've used Mod Podge on, but personally I haven't had any problems with the pages sticking together. I like it because it's easy to clean up off of myself. I always get it all over my hands, and to me this is weird, but I like getting it all over my hands and getting in there and getting messy and getting dirty and just being a part of whatever I'm creating. And with this, it cleans up easily. So I'll be using Mod Podge, and this morning I cut out some papers. Oh, let me show you this first. This journal is greatly inspired by Dana Wakley and her artwork. I'm trying to work on using white space like she does. I love just her bright colors, of course, since I'm a bright color person, and just her use of stencils and whatnot. So I thought that would be good to try to do in my journal. But the page that really inspired me a lot for this is here, where she has these squares of book text, and I really, really like that look. So this morning I cut out just some random shaped squares. I have old music paper, old book texts, and then this is ledger paper that was actually my father-in-law's, and his handwriting is on a lot of it. So I thought that would be fun to use. I also, excuse me, have a lot of deli paper. I went ahead and cut out the arrows. This was deli paper that I had scraped the leftover. Actually, I used spackle. I used spackling for this project for my arrow ATCs. So whatever leftover I had, I just scraped it on some deli paper. So I cut these out just so they'd be easier for me just to grab and glue down. So I have several of those. I've got these are leaves. This is glass bead gel. Let me grab it. Maybe. This is golden glass bead gel, and it's clear. Well, it's kind of milky looking, but it dries clear. and I had ink. I mixed ink with this to turn it green. So this is very textured. So this is just some leaves from glass bead gel. And then I started cutting out deli paper with just leftover paint from other projects. And then I remembered that last night after I finished this, I had all of those cups left over with paint in them, and I can't throw that paint away. So after the kids painted for a while, there was still quite a bit of paint left. So I laid out a bunch of deli paper on my counter and just threw paint all over the pieces of deli paper. Let them sit overnight so they get good and dry, because some of the places were pretty thick. So this morning I grabbed a bunch of those sheets and just tore them into pieces. So I thought that would be kind of fun for this, to put on this. So I'm totally recycling what I used from the first session into what I'm using in this second session. And then I have, oh, and then one more thing, just because this is me being weird again. This is just the leftover ends from what I cut off from those. I save these, and I'll use these on ATCs in my journal, just for just little spots of color. So I save everything, including washi tape. This is washi tape from envelopes that people have sent me ATCs and whatnot in, that they've put washi tape on. I have saved some of it in this, a lot of, excuse me, or this is washi tape that I've personally used and cut the ends off, and I stick them on here and I use them on my projects. So I thought I might try using some of these pieces of washi tape on my pages as well. And I think that might be it. I'm hoping that this goes a little bit better than I did yesterday. I will be taking time to dry my pages, because since I am using Mod Podge, I'll have to put glue down. Excuse me. I will have to put glue down, put this down, and then put glue on top. So there's no way that I'm going to shut this and turn it to work on another page, because then it's just going to be a nightmare. So once again, I know I'm going to go over the 15-minute time limit, but I think that if I do like I did yesterday, my actual time spent putting stuff on here still will be relatively fast. So, one last thing. I, excuse me, Found and Made had commented and asked for me to show my Midori. So I've been wanting to share this. I'm not going to do it right now. But I've been wanting to share it, but I've kind of been going back and forth between, I started out with a weekly, and then I didn't like it because I felt like I didn't have enough room, so I tried to do daily, and I think I took it out. Oh, wait, where's the daily? I took the daily out. I tried to go to daily, and I found that I wasn't sticking with that, so I today moved back into the weekly. I think I'm going to go ahead and share, kind of, that's really thick, isn't it? Share what I have in here with you in another video, maybe tomorrow, I hope. Honestly, the thing that's keeping me from doing that is time where it's quiet in here to where I can talk to you without little people talking in the background. And my son does not take naps anymore, so it's been difficult for me to do a lot of stuff. So anyways, I'm going to hopefully get started on this afternoon and put down my collage pieces, and we will go from there. Thanks so much. I hope you're enjoying this series. Be sure to check out Shannon Green's YouTube page so you can learn all about this whole process, and I hope you're enjoying my sharing and what I'm experiencing by doing this and the things that I'm learning about myself, and I guess my art style, or however my brain works. I don't know. I am definitely learning some things about how I creatively work. So I will get busy with this and have fun watching what comes next. Thanks. Bye-bye. I finished with session 2, which was collage, and I had to go make some tea. I needed something soothing. That was, you know, I am, it was easy. It was very easy. It was very easy like I said, this whole thing is definitely a learning experience for me, and about how I create and how I go to my creating. And this having a time limit, which is funny because I usually have a time limit anyway, just because of having little kids, and when they're ready, when they need me, then they need me, and I stop. So I always have a time limit when I work anyway, but knowing that my clock is ticking beside me and I'm supposed to do things in a certain amount of time, that was really stressful. I felt my heart like racing, trying to speed up, thinking I'm not going to make it, I'm not going to make it, I'm not going to make it. Which I know is not the point of this, but that part really stressed me out, because I know that for my art, it is totally my sanctuary. It's totally my me time. It's where I go and I get lost in what I'm doing and don't think about anything else, and I have learned to slow down and enjoy the process. When I first started doing mixed media and my kids were a lot littler, they're 7 and 3 now. I've got 23, 21, and 18-year-olds, which are all, obviously big enough to take care of themselves. But I have a 7-year-old now and a 4-year-old. And when I first started doing art journaling and mixed media, my baby was only a couple months old. So for some reason, I always had it in my mind that I had to get a page done from start to finish, and put a lot of pressure and stress on myself for thinking that. I don't know why I thought that way, but I just felt like I needed to start it and I needed to finish it right then, no matter what. So I would rush and push and cause a lot of stress and anxiety that shouldn't be there when I'm creating my art. So it took several years for me to figure that out, and this past year I've really tried to just take things slow and enjoy it when I can, and enjoy those few minutes. If I have a few minutes to glue something down, then I have a few minutes to glue something down. I personally like to glue things down. It's soothing for me to put something on the paper and to brush glue over it. Same thing, a lot of times if I'm doing a canvas, even though the canvases have gesso on them, I still start by putting down a coat of gesso, just because that starts it soothes me to where my brain can open up to where I can listen to what I want to do to put on a page. So for this, it was hard for me because I like gluing things down and I like taking my time doing that. So being rushed to do that was hard for me. I realized after I was cleaning up my desk, because yes, I had to clean up my desk and put everything away before I could do this part. My little can is empty, all my stuff's put away. I realized I didn't even use the washi tape. I had all those little pieces of washi tape I was going to put down and totally forgot about those. But I am happy, really happy with, how this is kind of going along. It's neat how the pages are starting to come together a little bit. Like I said before, I did take the time to dry everything, so that took longer for me. This time my time was 33 minutes and 38 seconds, when yesterday it was over 40 minutes. Excuse me. So once again, I know that more than half of that time was spent drying. But I was using Mod Podge front and back all over the place. I knew that if I did not dry this, that everything would stick together and my journal would be ruined. So I did take the time to glue things down, not glue things down, to dry what I glued down. and I tried to just grab whatever was there. I tried to not think about it and think, oh, well, this goes with this, and this would go with this better, and well, maybe I didn't do any of that. I tried to just grab what was beside me and put it down. And I still am trying to work a little bit with white space and leave some white areas. Excuse me, I am very sorry. But I think that this is turning out pretty cool. Everything's basically dry. And I look at it, it's like, oh, I could do this, and I could do that, and I could do that. But it's like, nope, that's it. This is it. This part right here is putting this down, and that's it. That's all I need to worry about. So once again, I kept on kind of thinking about that. I would start gluing it down and brushing the glue down, and my mind instantly starts thinking about what step I would do next on this. And I had to battle that the whole time because I'm not supposed to think about the next step. All I'm supposed to think about right now is putting stuff down is gluing down paper. So anyways, I don't mind all the wrinkles and crinkles from the deli paper. I think that's totally part of the effect. And not having time to really sit and spread things out, that, it is what it is. The other thing with the Spectrafix that I used on these pages with spray, it worked really well. There were only a couple pages that I noticed the color coming up, and honestly, it was this yellow. It might just not have been totally dry, but the yellow came up a little bit, and then the blue back here came up a little bit. But besides that, the Spectrafix over the color sprays worked really well in keeping things from smearing. So, I was trying to flip through these really quick. I just flip through these really quick and show you what I've got. And the next step is session 3, and it is pattern, so it's stamps and stencils. So I think as far as the stamps go, I'm just going to stick with black. I'm not going to try to worry about using different colors. Just to make it even easier for myself, I might only just use set 4 stamps out, and that's it. That'll cut down on my time, make it go a lot quicker. And then with the stencils, I'll be using color spray again. And even then, I might try to cut it down to just a few colors, which I think might be neat. It'll kind of tie all this together. That's not my intention, is to have this all matchy, but I think it'd be neat to kind of have them still tied together a little bit. So I don't think there was anything else that I wanted to say. If you have any questions, please ask. And be sure to check out Shannon Green's YouTube and learn all about it. She has lots of great videos. There are lots of wonderful ladies out there who are sharing videos doing the excuse me, my goodness sakes, doing these pages as well. Just be sure to look and see what's out there. And I totally think that you should try this. I'm just sharing with you what I'm learning and what I'm experiencing. I don't want it to make it sound, like you're like, oh my gosh, this sounds scary, we're on this time limit. It's not like that. It's still, I think everybody should try this. I think you would learn a lot about yourself and how you create, and it's just fun. And I think at the end that this journal is going to be something that's really, really, really cool. So, thanks so much for watching, and tomorrow will be session 3. See you later. Bye-bye.